What is up, guys? Welcome to the gaming channel. This will be the first video of FC24, and I'm so excited because the top 24 ratings have arrived. And honestly, there's so much to talk about, so I'm going to split this into two different videos. The first video is going to be about the men's side, and the second video, which honestly, I'm going to introduce you to every single women's player on there, which is why I'm separating it, because we have a lot to talk about in terms of the women's side. It's the first time that they're in Ultimate Team, and so I'm going to give them a full video that they deserve. And before we take a deep dive into each of the top 12 players on the men's side, I do have a couple observations. First up, no CR7. I think this is the first time in how many years that CR7 has not been a top-rated player. And I mean, it's got to be because of the Saudi League. So he's gone down to a quote-unquote lower league, and so he has had a massive rating cut. Also on that note, it's the first time that we see an MLS player and a Saudi League player have items in the top 12, and so I think that's pretty cool. Also, as we're looking at these 12 lot, it's important to note there's no Serie A players, so that's interesting. But on the flip side, Man City are on top. And when we have Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne at the very, very top, so it's obvious that, I'm a little bit biased, but Man City on top, and you love to see it. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. In that top spot, we have Haaland going from an 88 rating to a 91. He's our treble winner. He came to the Prem. People didn't know what to expect, but he absolutely blew it out of the water. Leading goal scorer in the Prem. So this increase in rating is definitely very well deserved. And he's arguably one of the best cards in the game. And so I am so happy and excited to use him in my Ultimate Team. And I don't know if you guys noticed the little icons next to all individual players, but that is the play styles. And so that's it's similar to the traits that we had before, but it's what makes the individual players, the items, unique. And so for Haaland, we do have the acrobatic play style. EA describes this as a player that performs acrobatic shots, clearances, passes, all the above. I mean, you think of acrobatic when you think of Haaland. Think about his goal that he had against Dortmund in the group stage of the Champions League. I mean, he's just top tier acrobatic, insane player. Next up on the list, we have, again, 91 rating, Kevin De Bruyne. Not much has changed, but honestly, he's one of the most consistent players in all of football right now. So I'm really happy that they did keep his rating. I don't think that they can really go above 91 rating just because they have to leave a little bit of space for him to improve in the future, for future cards, informs, that sort of thing. So yeah, he has stayed the same, 91 last year, 91 this year. And Kevin has the pinged passes playstyle. And this is a player that sends up defensive splitting passes for their teammate to run up and obviously score the goal. That's exactly what he does, but they're making sure that that card has that playstyle. Next on the list, another 91 rated player, we have Mbappe. He has stayed the same from last year to this year, 91 to 91. And Mbappe has the quick step playstyle. So the quick step playstyle is a player that has a quick burst of energy or speed when they're accelerating off the ball. All right, on to the next. We have Benzema, and he did get a 1 rating decrease this year. Last year is 91, this year is 90. Can probably attribute it to the fact that he went to the Saudi League, but still, he's one of the best players in the world. And Benzema has the finesse shot playstyle. I mean, finesse shot playstyle is pretty self-explanatory. Those cards are just going to have an easier access to shooting that finesse. And at the end of the day, it's more likely to go in the back of the net if you have that type of playstyle. All right, next up is Courtois. And again, he stayed pretty consistent, 90 rated last year, 90 rated this year. But fun fact, he's actually the only goalkeeper in the top 24 rated cards. So shout out to Courtois. And next up, we have Harry Kane. He went from an 89 rated last year to a 90 rated this year, which honestly I'm kind of surprised about. Yes, he scored a lot of goals last season, but Spurs weren't that good. They didn't win anything. So I was a bit surprised. I thought either his card would stay the same or he'd even go down one. But yeah, he is 90 rated this year. And Kane has the pinged passes playstyle. That is the same playstyle as Kevin De Bruyne. They send those splitting defensive passes forward for you to score, which I actually found interesting as a striker to have that playstyle. He does do that in game, but I thought that he would have more of an attacking play style, but it is interesting he does do that. All right, next on the list, we have Lewandowski, whatever you want to call him. He now plays for Barcelona, so he did take that little bit of a dip because he's not playing as well as he did when he played for Bayern. He went from 91 rated to 90 rated, and he does have a power header play style. I mean, that's also self-explanatory. It's someone who has a lot of power when doing headers towards the goal. But yeah, I'm not surprised that he had the decrease because he just hasn't been as good as he was when he was at Bayern, but he still looks like a very, very good card. And of course, you already knew he'd be on the list. I know that Cristiano Ronaldo got kicked, but Messi is on the list. He's the only MLS card that has ever been in the top 24 rating, so shout out to him. Messi did get a little bit of a decrease. He went from 91 to 90, but we could definitely attribute that to the fact that he went from the French League over to America, playing in MLS, so it's not a surprise, although he's absolutely smashing it in MLS. Neymar is next. Last year he had 89 rating. This year is 89 rating. And I'm a bit surprised that he didn't drop a bit. I thought, my prediction was that he was going to go down 1. I just think that he hasn't been keeping up with the rest of the competition that is in this top 24. But I'm not mad at the 89 rating. I mean, the card's absolutely cracked. And he has that trickster playstyle, which I'm so excited about because that'll give all of his skill moves a little bit of variation and a little bit of a boost. Mo Salah is next. Last year he had a 90 rating. This year is 89, so he's gone down 1, which isn't a surprise. Liverpool, they had a really tough year last year. And Mo Salah does have that finesse play style. Not a surprise there. I mean, his finesse shots are absolutely insane, and we see that from year to year. So for him to have that is obviously key. Another Liverpool player, we have Van Dijk next, center back. He went from a 90 rating to an 89. Again, Liverpool had a really, really rough year, so I'm not surprised that some of these Liverpool players are dropping a rating. And Van Dijk has the aerial play style. And so literally this is just for the type of player that has high success in aerial situations, both offensively and defensively. And last but certainly not least, we have Vinicius Jr., who had the biggest upgrade of all of the men. He went from an 86 rating to an 89, which in my opinion is well deserved. Vinicius has the quick step playstyle. Again, this is the type of person who has quick bursts of speed when they go on and off the ball. All right, guys, that is it for the top 12 men's players. Let me know what you think in the comments. Which cards are you excited to use? But stick around. We have another video all about the women's side. I'll teach you guys a little bit more about women's football if you guys haven't watched it in the past. But honestly, get excited because some of these cards are about to be amazing. I'm talking 5-star skillers. Stick around. We got another video for you. Click the link. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.